Hello, Rise Builders. So today's discussion is obsession. Obsession. Are you obsessed with anything? Sometimes I have to check myself. I'm like, girl, you're doing the most. You don't need that. Put that back. You already got that same pattern over and over again. Perfect example. I told you guys that I am a leopard girl. I love leopard. I do. I really do. But I'm like, am I obsessing over leopard? Am I going way out of my league with this? Am I just doing too much? You can be obsessed with anything. It can be a car. You hear a lot of women talk about how their husbands or boyfriends are obsessed with their cars. You could be obsessed with money. Always looking for the bag. Always trying to get money. Obsessed with leopard. I had already purchased a pair of these pom-poms for my black roller skates, but I'm going to put them on my purple roller skates too. So, I love leopard. Great example. And leopard. I love leopard. I do. I really do. I love leopard. Obsession. It's just too much. You're doing the most. Getting out camera. Let me get back on camera. I just wanted to show you guys. Sometimes we can just do too much. Yeah. See? Just too much. But it's a good obsession. I know when I need to chill and fall back. But on a serious note, anything can topple into obsession. Even with relationships, you're always so clingy. Your significant other can't go to the store without you. They can't make a move without you. You're always calling him, calling her. Where are you going? Just obsessed. Just can't do anything. Now, there are some good obsessions. I always think back to that movie, with Will Smith and his son, where he was trying to get a job and no one would give him a break. What was that movie called? Not The Swan. Okay, it was one called The Black Swan. This is where the ballerina, she was just like over the top with perfection, and she was about to drive herself crazy. She did drive herself crazy. Now that's a bad obsession. But the what's that movie with Will Smith? The Pursuit of Happiness. The Pursuit of Happiness. Remember, he would go around and he had this computer thing and he would just lug it around because he was like, I am going to take care of my son. I'm going to give my son a good life. He was motivated. That's different. He was motivated and he had a desire to get, his idea, get it out there, because he knew he could make money and he could give his son a really good life. But then we have to be careful that, we don't take that obsession and transform it into something that's not good for us. It's not good for us. And we have to be so careful about that. Even with our children, you can just turn your child into an obsession and it can go into idolatry. Yeah. You're just obsessed with your children, what they're doing, where they're going. You want them to be in all these pageants. Have you guys seen the Pageant Mom series? It's crazy. It's like, come on, Mom, fall back. And the dads, they be looking like, why you got my baby on all this stuff? It's one thing about, it being healthy, but we just have to make sure that it's within balance and it's within the right perspectives. And we're just not doing things and we're trying to live out our dreams within our kids. You see some parents do that. They want their kids to be on this board. They want them to be in the band. They want them to be on all these different teams and they want them to start doing it. Because you didn't do all that stuff. Now you're placing all of that on your children and you're becoming obsessive. You're getting obsessed with it. You got to let those kids be kids. Let them be adult. Let them go into adult life. and we just have to be so careful. That's why we have to seek ye first the kingdom, right? We have to seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added. Because if it's not God's driven, we can become obsessed with it. So that's what I just wanted to talk about today. Do you think you have anything in your life that you're obsessed with? It could be anything. Yeah. What can it be? And we just have to check ourselves. Do I have to have 10 of these, 12 of these, 15 of this, of that? Am I doing something, am I just chasing? And it's just making you crazy. Is it making me crazy? We just have to always check and make sure that we have a healthy balance and our spiritual life is intact. Because if our spiritual life is centered around God, everything else is going to balance out. It really is. It's going to balance out the right way. So we want to make sure that we identify, our obsessions. We need to be honest with ourselves. Lord, I'm clinging to this man all the time. Lord, I don't think that's natural. I shouldn't be clinging to anything or anyone except for you. You should be my vision, my goal. I want to be forming myself after you, God, not anybody else. So we got to consistently be checking that. We got to check those things. We got to put boundaries in place. We got to make sure we have boundaries that we can clearly see and make sure we understand what is really for us. And have someone really close to you be accountable. If you feel like you might need an accountable partner, to say, hey, I'm noticing some things that you're going into this zone again. You were doing good, but now I see that you're going back into this zone. So it's okay to ask for an accountability partner if you feel that you're dealing with some things that might be taking a dark turn. Counseling, if you feel that it's necessary. Even if you don't feel it's necessary, but others are bringing it to your attention, it might be something you need to take a serious note on. D, if you buy one more leopard thing, I think you need to, hey. Seriously, on a serious note though, we have to really keep ourselves in check, and we have to redirect our focus sometimes. We can get so caught up in certain situations or projects, even something for work. You can just start obsessing over a project you're working on. You can't sleep. You can't focus. It's just all about this project. True story. I was working on something and my calculations weren't coming out the same as my boss's calculations. So I called my girlfriends. I had 3 of them. I'm like, hey, how are these numbers crunching up? These numbers aren't crunching up as they should. And it's so weird because all 3 of us came up with different formulas of doing something. But in the end, we actually was able to come up with that same number. But my number was off. Originally, my number was way off. And what was driving me crazy was the fact that, okay, I use this formula all the time. This formula should always work. What's happening here that this isn't working for this quarter? It just threw me off. And I was like, okay, let me reach out and see if I can get some help and get some resolve around this. And, my girlfriends, they were able to get me back on the right path. But again, I was like, well, did I give the wrong numbers for all the other months? What's up here? Nobody else said anything. Did they just overlook it? Yada, 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 yada. I know I'm real careful when it comes to that number thing. I check stuff over and over again so I can make myself crazy. You can get so focused and so driven on something that it'll start making you second guess yourself. That's what I'm saying. So let's just be mindful in making sure that we're not obsessing over people, things, places, events, because that's not a good route to go down. So hopefully something I said resonated with you. And until next time, continue to grow and glow in the Lord. Take care.